gonna say it. Squads mode is disappointing. Honestly, based on how these assholes at Infinity Ward were describing squads mode, I thought there were going to be a shitload more to it than what we actually have up in this motherfucker. Now, I could have sworn from interviews these people had that squads mode was going to be almost an alternative to playing online and all that bullshit. No, but seriously, I could have sworn they said a few things different. But in any event, originally, I was going to have some squads modes gameplay in the background, but beating up bots is just way too easy. So, I went with the next best thing of playing with randoms. And the score is almost like playing with bots anyway. I ended up with the most kills and the most deaths because I was the only person moving around this goddamn map where people can't see shit up in this motherfucker. But whatever, man. Let's get into talking about the game modes that they actually gave us. You have Safeguard, which is just like Survival from Modern Warfare 3, and they added their little tweaks to it in this motherfucker. It's no longer some infinite wave bullshit. You now have the options to drop that motherfucker down to 20 or 40 waves. Thankfully, we now could have 4 players in the room, and then you get the crate drops or whatever the fuck these shits are to fight off enemies with perks and kill streaks and all that other good shit. It's the only mode in squads where a user's team has absolutely no effect on the game. Personally, I think it's a small improvement over survival mode. I like the fact that you can actually have 4 people now, and there's a limit on the number of waves we have. You can even choose between 20, 40, or continue the infinite bullshit. So that's a pretty good thing as well. Enemies are still stupid as shit though. Dogs are annoying as fuck. And the motherfuckers actually climb up ladders and walls to spots that dogs can't really climb. I mean, they got some serious bullshit. That motherfucker was climbing up ladders to get me. But anyway, man, overall, it's a minimal improvement on what we had before. So I will say that Safeguard is a notch above the old survival mode. The other 3 modes, though, they all involve a player's team that a person builds. Squad Assault allows you and up to 5 friends to take on another player's squad, team of bots, and all that other bullshit. If you roll with less than 5 people, then the remaining members are going to be filled out by your squad members. You can challenge a friend, and that means you will go head-to-head on their home turf with the match that they selected and challenge their own personal squad. And there's also this whole leaderboard shit to show how much of this match. And there's also a leaderboard that shows how you've managed to play this crap and who you managed to beat. War game is pretty much the same thing, except you face off against the AI's randomly assigned bots and all that bullshit. You don't play against another player's team, you play against random fucktards the game throws at you. Unlike Squad Assault, there's no leaderboard and there's no assigned match that you have to play. You can play whatever the fuck comes up in the lobbies, whatever comes up in the rooms, that's what you end up playing in this motherfucker. Finally, there's squad versus squad. You against another player and you bring along your team for the ride. It's the only game mode where you can actually play against another human being instead of just playing against bots. You take in your team of bots, I take in my team of bots, and we see who has the most useless team in the game. The problem with all these game modes is that the bots themselves are fucking horrible. I mean, why does it seem like no matter how ranked up your bots are, they're still fucking stupid? I mean, particularly your own teammates. You know, I feel like I created some pretty decent soldiers up in this motherfucker, but they're dumber than a bucket of shrimp if I don't control these sumbitches. You know, I see my level 60 characters going 0-5, while the level 5 characters fucking 8-3. I see my LMG user built to take out air support, sitting in a corner, camping their ass off, aiming down sight and shit like that, just like a regular spray and pray noob up in this motherfucker. I know that when I got into Squad Assault and challenged my friends' teams, my bots feel like idiots. I feel like if I didn't have a 5+ KDR in the game, we would lose almost every single time. I see my bots ignoring domination flags, letting people score and blitz, and essentially trying to let my challenged friend win the fucking game over me. Basically, it's like playing 1 against 11 because your bots are so fucking stupid. War game at least lets you choose the difficulty of your bots. Recruit level bots feel like old school Call of Duty AI that was incredibly fucking stupid. When you jack that motherfucker up though, to veteran, they drop shot you, they quick scope, they have aimbots through walls, or they pre-fire around walls when they see you. Oh my god, these fuckers have pinpoint accuracy in this sumbitch, man. So at least that adds some degree of difficulty when you jack the level up. But as we know, basically those bots fucking cheat. I don't know what it is, man, but those motherfuckers cheat their ass off. But in any event, my personal soldiers, my teammates, always act like level 1 noobs. To me, the game should account for who's a high-level character and who's a low-level character. You know, my level 60 characters should be drop-shotting and shit. My level 10 characters should be sitting in a corner like a fucking noob. And as they progress, then they start to play like a boss. But right now, they all play the same regardless of their level or loadout. They do play to the style of the weapon, as I see my one Marathon Agility SMG soldier hauling ass all over the map, but then I watch him get his ass splattered all over the walls because the fucker doesn't pay attention to shit. Now, there are a few things that Infinity Ward could have done differently to improve the quality of this shit. Now, first of all, they could have given us the ability to put attributes on our soldiers. You know, points to like improve accuracy, or improve aiming down sight, or drop shots, or jump shots, or something like that. You know, actually control how well your soldiers play when they get challenged with some shit. That way, it's not just the randomly bad AI without our control. At least the attributes give the illusion of us controlling our soldiers. Now, another change I would have liked would have been to make squad versus squad more like real-time strategy, where instead of you playing directly against someone on the field, you can actually control the action from overhead or something like a menu screen. Because let's be honest, squad versus squad depends on how many bots a user can kill. It has very little to do with the skill of your bots, and it mainly comes down to how many enemy bots can the user kill in order to win. With a real-time strategy version, now the human element is all in the strategy portion of the game. Now it's up to you to control how well your team is going to win, as opposed to doing all the work yourself and hoping that your bots don't fuck it up. Hell, if it was up to me, I would just tell my 5 assholes, go sit in the corner and kill anything that walks through the fucking door, and I'll go out and kill the enemy bots my damn self. And I'm sure plenty of people would take that option if they had the opportunity to do that shit too. Now, I don't think this would be an incredibly popular mode, but it's something different. It's something unique compared to the other modes of just shooting stupid enemy AI. It would be the one different game mode that breaks up the monotony of shooting bots, and it actually pulls in another genre of video games into the franchise. To me, it would be at least worth a shot at attempting to at least provide another dimension of Call of Duty where actual strategy is involved instead of just brute force like every other portion of the game. Now, another thing I could have sworn I heard them say is that your soldiers gain XP when other people challenge them. So the more people challenge my team, the more XP my soldiers would have gotten. Well, that doesn't exactly happen. Instead of your soldiers individually getting XP, you know, where they rank up without you doing anything, you get bonus XP. A whole fucking 10% increase in XP in squads modes. Holy fucking shit, don't spend it all in one place now. They even said, and I know they said this shit a few times, when your team wins, they get the XP from that game. Well, that's bullshit, because you can check any squad report and see that you will gain the bonus XP at random times. If you win, you're not guaranteed to get that bonus. Hell, my teams have lost and got the extra XP crap. So apparently it goes by the amount of time played or some bullshit. Either way, it's not fucking reliable. Now, let's just say you get the bonus XP, that whole whopping 10 fucking %. Well, there's still a cap per game, motherfucker. It's not like you can actually earn 10,000 XP in squads modes. You only earn about 2,000 XP or so before you hit the cap limit. And that's perfectly understandable. They don't want people abusing squads modes to gain a shitload of XP against easy level bots. They want you to actually earn that shit in multiplayer against normal people. So I agree with the cap level, but here's my thing. Why is it that recruit bots level have the same cap as veteran bots? I mean, think about that for a second. Why are recruit bots capped out at the same exact amount as veteran bots, which are supposed to be harder? What they should have done is created a separate cap based on the difficulty level. For recruit, you cap out at 1500 XP, regular 2000, hardened 2500, and veteran 3000 XP. That way, people can go after the hardest challenge with the incentive of getting more bonus points. Now, a number of people have been asking for operations to count in squads modes and all that other shit. You know, get 500 kills with this weapon, 100 lean kills, 50 games of cranked, and all that other stupid shit. Personally, I don't agree with operations counting in squads mode since it's way too fucking easy. However, Call of Duty claims that bots are just as hard as regular players. So why not have those challenges only count in veteran mode? If you take on the hardest level of bots, then your challenges would count since we know those fuckers cheat. But as it stands right now, squad mode as a whole is really disappointing. It's not terrible. It's not the worst Call of Duty ever like some kids are going to actually cry about. It's merely underdeveloped and underutilized. The developers could have done more, but as we all know, developers never actually do more. They market more. And this was an item that was heavily marketed, and the reality is it falls short on what they say it can do. You know, it's no surprise. It sounds like every other Call of Duty product up in this motherfucker. You know, a few tweaks here and there, and squads modes could be that alternative to online gameplay that Infinity Ward actually advertised in this motherfucker. You know, increase the intelligence level on the bots compared to low level, scale the XP cap based on difficulty, allow the challenges to be completed only on veteran and squad assault, and for fuck's sake, put all the game modes into squads modes. I mean, seriously, search and rescue, search and destroy, grind, hunted, whatever else you can fucking add in this motherfucker. Otherwise, it's nothing more than an overhyped, underwhelming concept that could have been made into something decent. Sounds like every other thing that Call of Duty has ever added to their fucking games. Anyway, that does it for this video. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.